Bienvenidos chicos a mi canal de Canary Juegos y aquí estamos en el jueguito de los vampiros y estamos ahora mismo en el apartamento de Moore porque vamos a ir con Galeb. Galeb es, ya saben que es uno de los tres protagonistas de esta aventura, que es el jefe, ¿no? El subjefe de los vampiros y vamos a ver porque le mandó la príncipe, le ha mandado una misión y vamos a ver en qué consiste y vamos a jugar un poquito con este personaje. Así que gracias por pasaros y vamos a continuar la partida.
Nice badge.
Keep an eye on the elevator. I'm gonna go wait for forensics.
Okay. Let me know when
Oh,
they get here.
excuse me.
Vale, pues ya estamos por aquí.
Sheriff. Prince asks more for 5 reports. If I can't bring back their author, I must bring back the reports at least. I'll know them when I see them.
Vale, dice, lleva Jason Moore ante la príncipe. Dice, recupera los informes. Recuperan los informes sobre la primogenitura. Diane Siaka, Ida de Magtrun, Hara Drory, Beret Underwood y Richard Duhan. Todos esos. Madre mía. Vamos a ver un momentito. Venga, vamos a ver entonces, a ver qué ponía. Lleva Jason Moore ante la príncipe, recupera los informes sobre la primogenitura. Diane Siaka, Hilda, vale, todos los que estaban con nosotros.
That's not a good sign.
Enseñar. A ver qué poderes tiene este hombre, porque no me acuerdo qué poderes tendrá. Caminando, estamos corriendo por todos lados.
Special Agent Smith.
The FBI! Finally, some backup. Lieutenant's expecting you. Straight ahead. Watch out for the bloodstains. Forensics hasn't been through here yet.
Got it. The victim lost a lot of blood.
Chicos, lo que me he dado cuenta es que él gira la cabeza cuando hay algo que coger. Me he dado cuenta aquí, creo. Hemos ido caminando y giraba la cabeza. Ahora no, porque ya está hecho, pero creo que he girado la cabeza para ver qué había aquí, ¿eh? Y por eso me he dado cuenta yo. Qué fuerte.
Don't worry. I'll finish here and then I'm on my way. Breathe. You're gonna be okay.
Lieutenant Anderson, I'm in charge of the investigation.
Special Agent Smith, FBI.
Really? Smith. Is that some kind of joke?
No, why?
Let it go. Never mind. I'll give you the DL. We got a call from the caretaker around 2:15. He told us that one of his residents was brought in with an injury carried by his bodyguards. We sent a squad car that got here around 2:45.
Who was the first person on the scene?
That would be Baker. He's somewhere around here. It shouldn't be hard to find him.
Is the caretaker still here?
He's in the living room. But I don't think you'll be able to get anything useful out of him. Poor guy's in shock.
Okay, then what?
When they stepped inside, the guys came face to face with that.
Do we know who the victim is?
Yeah, he had his ID on him. It's the owner, a guy named Jason Moore. I don't know who this guy pissed off, but things didn't work out too well for him.
Did you secure all the exits and entrances to the building?
Yes, we've got men on the ground floor and in the parking garage.
How do you get to the parking garage?
You'll have to ask the caretaker. He's the one who took my men down there.
What have you got on Moore?
He was an asset manager. But if you ask me, he was involved in some shady stuff that we find out about. It's not every day that an accountant gets his head chopped off.
Where are the bodyguards?
We haven't found anyone yet.
Do we know if he had a family?
Yeah, a wife and an 8-year-old daughter. The wife, Lydia Moore, 34 years old, architect, dual citizen of Costa Rica and the US, no criminal record. Yeah, we're trying to get a hold of her. The daughter, June. We've looked and she's not here either.
Go on.
We're still looking for the head. We're waiting on forensics for everything else, but they're busy with another case.
What case?
You haven't heard? At one international place. They say it was a real bloodbath. So, you're here to take over the case?
No. I'm working on something else. Moore's name popped up in one of our investigations, but I can't talk about it.
Okay, I'll let my team know.
Sentir lo invisible, pone. Sentir lo invisible. Cuando activas sentir lo invisible, basta con mirar a un personaje no humano para identificar su naturaleza. También es posible revelar las huellas dejadas por una criatura sobrenatural y aprender más sobre ella.
Agent Smith from the FBI is here. We're still in charge of the investigation, so please cooperate with him.
He was decapitated. It was a pretty clean cut. A signet ring with a beaver on it. Moore went to MIT. Bullet wound in the right hip. The flesh is burnt around the bullet hole, over a wide area. He was shot at point-blank range, no doubt about it.
Interesting.
Sorry, I'm busy.
This sort of formal decor might impress Boston high society, but not me.
Policía de Boston, distrito D4, Sicut Patribus Sit de Novis, los primeros en la nación. Cuaderno de notas, teniente Mia Anderson. 12, J. Moore sale con sus guardaespaldas. A 12 de la mañana, J. Moore vuelve herido con sus guardaespaldas. Rechaza la ayuda de Adams. 2:15, Adams llama a emergencias. 2:25, el empleado del parking ve salir al coche de Moore. 2:45, Baker entra en el edificio, interroga a Adams. 2:50, Lena llega poco después. ¿Por qué falta la cabeza? Identificación, trofeo, prueba de haber cumplido un encargo, esposa e hija, de vacaciones con amigos. ¿Dónde está el guardaespaldas? ¿Por qué lo contrató? Blanqueo de dinero, alguien empleado en el hogar, niñera, limpieza. Bonito apartamento renovado, Lidia es arquitecta. ¿Por qué su despacho es tan pequeño en comparación con el de su marido?
Interesting.
Come on. It'll pass. Don't worry.
Joder, pedazo apartamento, loco. Madre mía. Joder.
You'll need to ask the concierge how to get to the parking garage. He's the one who said I called us down.
Are you all right?
Yeah, just a little faint.
I was expecting it, but then... give me a minute, and I'll head back.
The sight of blood. We've all been there, haven't we?
No. Ugh, what a stench. Oh, there are blood stains on the garbage chute. Oh, there are blood stains on the garbage chute. There are bloody prints on these bags. When I knew him, he took better care of himself. What's going on with him? The dinner of a mortal who's at the end of their rope.
I'm on my way. Why is the FBI interested in more?
His name came up in several financial investigations we're working on. Looks like Lydia's planner. Lydia's life seems to revolve around June and her home in Costa Rica, with Jason often absent.
Agosto 2019. 7. Visita a la abuela en San José. 10. Adiós, Costa Rica. 15. Recoger a June de su clase de pintura. 17. Comprar Stritch, el nuevo libro de Catherine Bergan. 22. A las 10. Nuevo proyecto de arquitectura para el Museo de Boston. En caso de emergencia, llamar a Pura Vida.
The apartment has changed since my last visit. What a mess. Nobody's done the cleaning in ages. Somebody slept here.
Policía de Boston, Distrito 4. Cuaderno de notas. Agente Tyler Hell. Ethan Adams, 60, conserje mayordomo. Buena relación con los Moore. Presente en la cena. Moore ingresó en torno a las 2, herido, con guardaespaldas. Necesito más información, pero el señor Adams estaba en shock. Se siente culpable. Cree que podría haber hecho más. Leal, profesional, amistoso, vieja escuela, meticuloso, educado.
I have to question him.
He's still freaked out. I don't think it's the right time.
Mr. Adams?
No. This can't be happening. What a nightmare. So much blood.
I've got a few questions.
I tried to help him. I told him we should call 911. I told him.
Vale, vamos a ver si podemos. Intimidad, psicología. Calmarlo. Eh, Calmarlo. 3, joder. Oye.
Sir, listen to me. You had nothing to do with this. You did the right thing.
He was bleeding. I saw him.
I know. And you did the right thing. You offered to help.
He didn't answer. How could I have known?
You called the police. There was nothing more you could do. That's not your fault.
What should I have done?
You tried everything.
Are you sure? Yes, I did everything I could. You're right. What do you want to know?
Did you know Mr. Moore well?
We weren't friends, if that's what you're asking. But we got to know each other. With time. He was a creature of habit. Since he worked late, he would often ask me for things at night. Newspaper, batteries, ice. I think he asked me for just about everything. I prided myself on always being able to get what he needed, no matter what time it was. You'd have thought he pretty much lived after dark.
Like his clients. Did Mr. Moore have many visitors?
For a man with his status, it was nothing surprising. But, well...
Yes?
His visitors mostly came in the middle of the night. I must admit, that's a little unusual.
That's what working for us is like.
He told me he had a lot of foreign clients, and he had to juggle different time zones. That's what working from home is like. He had colleagues over for late-night meetings, too. But since little June was born, not as many people came around.
That was wise. Without any disrespect to the deceased, were you aware of any extramarital affairs he may have had?
Mr. Moore was a good man. He would never have disrespected his wife, or even contemplated it, I'm sure.
She could have been okay with it. There were no young women coming and going.
That's a very inappropriate question. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Did he have any enemies that you were aware of?
No. He was a very respectable man. No bad company or anything.
Except for us. Tell me about the evening again, please. What happened tonight?
Mr. Moore left with his 3 bodyguards earlier in the evening. One of them got in the car, and Mr. Moore came down around midnight.
And then?
They came back around 2 a.m. Mr. Moore was limping. He was leaning on one of his bodyguards, and he was bleeding.
Was he injured?
I told him I could call an ambulance or a doctor, but he didn't answer. I went closer to insist, but Wu told me they were in control of the situation, that it was no big deal. They went upstairs, and I saw drops of blood in front of the elevator. I told myself they were being unreasonable. What did those 2 goons know about it? So I called Mr. Moore on the internal line several times.
Did he pick up?
Not once. So I went upstairs and rang the doorbell, but nobody answered. So I went back down to the front desk and I called you.
Do you know his bodyguards?
Yeah, there's, Jack, James, and Wu. But you won't hear me singing their praises.
Why not?
Oh, they're good at strutting around and acting tough when everything is going well. But where were they tonight? Can you tell me that? That was their job, right? They were paid to protect him.
What do you mean by acting tough?
More than once I overheard them talking to Mr. Moore, like they were his boss. The world upside down.
They worked for us, just like your dear Mr. Moore.
I hope they won't find another job anytime soon.
Do you know his wife?
Mrs. Moore is a model resident. She always has something nice to say to the staff. And is the first to welcome new neighbors, too. A true lady.
Do you think she could have been having an affair?
I refuse to speak ill of Mrs. Moore. I will not dignify that question with a response.
Do you think anyone could have been so angry with her that they could have taken it out on her husband?
Oh, no. I don't think so. It's true that lots of people could have been jealous of her. But not to that point.
Do you know where she is?
Mr. Moore told me she'd gone to their home in Costa Rica. She goes there pretty often. She's an architect, and she likes to work in her home country. She has family there.
I imagine the girl left with her mother?
Not at all. It was the start of the school year, and Mrs. Moore left 2 weeks ago. I haven't seen her since Monday, when Mr. Moore took her to school on the first day. She must be staying with a friend. Poor little thing. Thank heaven she wasn't here.
The lieutenant told me there was an access to the basement.
Yes, using the service elevator through the kitchen. You need a magnetic pass to use it. I gave the spare to your colleagues who wanted to go down there. I still have the original. Do you want it?
Please. Thank you for your statement.
You have to find out who did this, officer. Justice needs to be done for him. And for his family.
And we need to find out who's messing with us. That's what we're here for. You can count on us. Stick around in case we have more questions.
There.
They wanted to bring a little vacation back home. war's ambition could have made him one of our own. Instead, we made him our slave.
Joder, que da su habitación, loco. Madre mía. Joder. Gente rica, coño.
Someone tossed a bunch of stuff in this bag, in a hurry to leave.
Archivo confidencial, Beryl Underwood. Estimada señora, Beryl Underwood es un sujeto especialmente delicado, en el sentido de que sabe mucho más de las finanzas que yo. Me ve como un mero subordinado y sospecha enormemente de mí. No me cabe duda de que usa redes extremadamente seguras para sus asuntos más inusuales y de hecho haría mal si así no fuera. Como he trabajado para él, el señor Underwood ha acudido a mí de forma habitual en lo referente a su interés de la industria del azúcar. Su capacidad de proyectar con el futuro es impresionante. Todas sus acciones están bien sopesadas y nunca lo he visto cometer un error. Además de su intensa actividad de lobby en países desarrollados, sus recientes actividades financieras revelan una astuta intensificación de sus operaciones en los países de BRICS. Diversas personas cercanas al poder en Brasil, la India y Sudáfrica. A ver qué más. Más reciente me pidió invertir masivamente en medios de comunicación en universidades para contraatacar las investigaciones y publicaciones que demuestran lo dañino que es el azúcar en la dieta humana. Encontrará juntos extractos que le permitirán confirmar por sí mismo mis observaciones en estas materias.
I understand better now.
Bien, ya me
Prince asked more for a complete report on the members of the Primogen.
Sí, ya tenemos aquí. Chava de coche. Vale, bien. Ya tenemos uno puesto ya, hecho, por lo menos.
I've never been in this part of the apartment before. Poems in Lydia's mother tongue.
La hija de las flores, de Gertrudis Gómez de Avellaneda, 1852, para Lidia de parte de abuelita.
A cell phone. Locked, of course.
Estimada Lidia, perdón. Muchas gracias por el poemario de Emilio Dickinson que tan amablemente me enviaste. Cada día me inspira. Lo leo a última hora de la tarde mientras me tomo un té. Si las plumas simbolizan la esperanza, tendré que quedarme aún más en el parque de Monterreal. Debes venir a verme, y pronto, antes de que haga demasiado frío para ti, friolera mía, y te marches al sur a pasar el invierno. Me tengo que ir, mi colon está casi listo. Dale un beso a tu hijo de mi parte, Mod Mark, Emily.
Bottle of disinfectant. Obviously handled by someone who was bleeding. The concept of a laundry basket seems too abstract for some people.
Hola, Yanso, canal de noticias, primera plana. Continúa la investigación por el asesinato de Bacon Hills. Deporte, los pinchers. ¿Qué podemos elegir? Hostia. ¿Qué es esto? Cultura, los subastas de los Resimon Society fue un éxito clamoroso. Política, se propaga el escándalo de la cafetería que no cumple las normas de higiene. Salud, un importante estudio señala el efecto perjudicial de azúcar que se oculta en tal internacional incendios devastadores de la Amazonia. Tecnología, se ha anunciado el retraso del lanzamiento del nuevo teléfono móvil. Tauro, tu altruismo mejorará tu relación con los que te rodean, pero cuidado con ese poder de abstracción Para que tus proyectos triunfen, tendrás que renunciar a tu deseo de tenerlo todo. Aries, Piscis, Acuario. A ver, el mío. Escorpio, eres tan intrigante como siempre, pero lo único que deseas es paz y tranquilidad. Da un paso atrás de situaciones difíciles y no te empecines demasiado. Tienes que aprender a dejar pasar las cosas. Amigo, esto, esto, tiempo, ¿no? Jueves 5 de septiembre nublado. Por llamar. Es un teléfono en el espejo, loco. Qué fuerte. Qué fuerte.
My sire always said that at a prince's court, like in a game of chess, you must know when to sacrifice your pawns. June's whole life in pictures. June dressed up for Halloween.
Hurry up. We need something.
Jason and June,
I'll finish here and
probably
I'm
on a
the way.
beach in Costa Rica. June celebrating her 4th birthday.
Vamos a copiar esto, vamos a sacarle una foto. Porque no sé para qué será, pero como nosotros somos así de guays, vamos a hacerle la foto y quedarnos con estos números, que no sé si servirá para algo. Dice que hay que descifrarlo, así que... Este grande, ¿no? A ver.
There.
Vale, sí, son todos estos números. Ok. Vamos a ver. Voy a apuntarlo, chicos. Voy a apuntarlo. A ver. Vale, tengo aquí para apuntarle las letras los números cerca. Entonces, vamos a... Mirar, a ver qué apuntamos. El 8. El 8 es la U, ¿no? La 8 es la U. El 9, la Y.
There.
¿Vale? A ver si no se me apaga el móvil, tío. Por favor. Para no estar mirando los números. Ah, sí, voy a poner ahí. 5, el 5. La L. ¿No? Sí, la L. El 3, la E. El 7, la S, ¿no? O la R. Bueno, ese es el 1. Que pone una S y una R. El 7 es una S o una R. Es una palabra. O es esta o es esta. Ahora viene otra palabra. ¿47? Is. Vale, 47 es la palabra is. Está en inglés. Creo que está en inglés. Después es 46. Ah, que creo que son palabras enteras. 89537. Ah, vale, son palabras enteras, chicos. Espera que están palabras enteras. Entonces, la T, la I, la L, la E y la R. Tyler. Vale, Tyler es la primera. Luego es is, porque es el 47 entero es is. Tyler is. Después el 46 es in. ¿Vale? 5683 es el amor, ¿no? Tyler es el amor. ¿No? Y la última, a ver. Perdón. Tengo que apuntar ahí. A ver. 5683. Luego es 9484. Es W, la I, la T y la H. With, ¿no? Y la última es 968, que es Y, la O y la U. Él es in love with you. Él es está enamorada de ti, ¿no? Algo así. Puede ser, Taylor está enamorado de ti o... Creo que es algo así. Que Taylor está enamorado.
The Diary of an 8-year-old girl, June, Jason's daughter.
Vale, hija de 8 años. Querido diario, la abuelita me ha dado este diario. Dice que ya soy lo suficientemente mayor para tener secretos. Voy a escribir en él todos los días, hasta mañana. El 17 dice, está lloviendo y me aburro. Mac no ha venido al colegio. Tiene paperas. Mari aprovechó para decir cosas malas sobre ella, como que es fea y estúpida. En abril, Mac juega con el móvil de su mamá sin pedirle permiso. Dice que yo podría intentarlo con el de papá. Me intento fijar en lo que hace, pero no es fácil de ver. Ayer Mac escupió en las gafas de Mari. Nos reímos un montón. Lo conseguí. Me fijé en cómo lo hacía papá y ayer fui capaz de enviar mensajes a Mac incluso con mi juego. Copié la forma en mi pizarra para no olvidarme. Me muero por tener mi propio móvil. Papá dijo que podía tener uno para el primer día de clase. Pero mami no está muy de acuerdo. Mac tiene uno, pero mami dice que es por tenerla contenta, porque sus padres no cuidan de ella. No estoy de acuerdo. Ella tiene 2 navidades y 2 cumpleaños. Estoy hasta el gorro. Estoy tan feliz. Vamos a estar un mes en la casa del bosque. Papá también va a venir. Mamá ha dicho que lo prometió. Mac quiere que pregunte si puede venir, pero creo que no es buena idea. Me da que a mamá no le cae muy bien. Por fin he descifrado el mensaje de Mac. Habría sido más fácil si hubiese tenido mi móvil. ¿Pero Tyler me quiere? No sé muy bien qué pensar de él. La abuelita me ha dado un brazalete para el tobillo con una tortuguita azul. Es una monada. Mamá quiere que vaya a clase de surf, pero son un rollo. Prefiero estar en casa. Mamá está un poco cabreada todo el rato, lo noto. Querido diario, estoy triste. Ayer mami gritó un montón a papá e incluso lloró. No va a venir. No aguanto más que miente y haga llorar a mami. Mami dice que él tiene demasiado trabajo y que estamos aquí y que de haberlo sabido habría hecho caso a la abuelita. Yo hago como que no oigo, pero a veces la abuelita dice tacos sobre papi. Hostia. Ayer vi a Mac con su niñera en el parque. La semana que viene se va a Italia con su papá. Qué suerte tiene. Me dijo que me traería un llavero porque su papi siempre le compra todo lo que quiere. Menudo morro. María ha estado cuidándome desde el sábado. Papá me ha dicho que mamá volvió para encargarse de la casa del bosque y relajarse en casa de la abuelita. He llorado porque mami no va a estar aquí en primer día de colegio. pero papá ha dicho que me comprará el teléfono. ¿Qué ilu me hace? Quiero el mismo que tiene Mag. Querido diario, no soporto comer más pizza. Hace que te duele la tripa. Papi no quiere cocinar. Ya no quiere hacer nada. Echo de menos a mami porque me hacía pasta. Encontré algunas golosinas en la cocina y me las comí todas. Papi está triste. Me he peleado con papá. No quiere que vaya a casa de Mac y yo no quiero estar más con María. Huele como el armario de la abuelita y nunca me habla. Me puse a llorar y dije que quería a mami. Y papi se enfadó y también lloró, así que me fui a mi habitación. Papá dice que a esta hora mami está durmiendo allí. Quiero ser mayor ya y abrí una pastelería con Mac. Pobrecita la niña, ¿eh? Pobrecita la niña. Peleas de mayores como siempre. Pedazo pizarra, tío.
A bathroom with a shower and a tub. June's father spoils her.
Tenía todo para la chiquilla con tanta ducha, ¿eh? Y con tantas cosas pijas.
You must be Smith.
Yes.
Rickman.
Have you found anything?
Not yet. This is the girl's room. There's no sign of her. I guess that's a good thing.
I'm going to take a look around. Let me know if you find anything.
Okay, Smith. There. Hurry up. We need something, guys.
I'll finish here and I'm on my way.
Oh.
A drafting table. That must be Lydia's desk. The blueprints of a house on the west coast of Costa Rica. Pura Vida Extension Project.
Jackson, ¿otra vez ha cambiado el código de seguridad? Sí, esta vez es la fecha de nacimiento de June. 333. No me esperes despierta esta noche, cariño. Como siempre, vamos al cine, quizás nos veamos a la vuelta. Sí, o a la hora de comer. Te dejé una nota adhesiva en la agenda. ¿Lo has visto? Sí, pero ya me dijiste eso ayer, cariño. No me acuerdo de la referencia de las cortinas. ¿Puedes enviármela? Sí, mañana por la mañana. Seguro que es un día magnífico. Te echamos de menos. ¿Pese a la casa y la playa? Sí, pesa eso. Cógelo, Lidia. No lo hagas así a distancia. Tengo que calmarme, ya hablaremos mañana. Vamos, cógelo. No, Jackson, estoy pensando que voy a tener que contárselo a June. Como cada vez, esta es la tercera vez que nos dejas plantadas desde Navidad. Y ya no lo soporto más. Esta casa es para los tres. No para que mi madre pueda ver a June allí. Te veo mañana. Te quiero. Han admitido a June en el Liceo Francis de Boston. Está dando saltos de alegría. Genial. ¿No viniste a casa anoche? No, pero esta noche sí. Tengo ganas. ¿Dónde estás? Es la 1 de la mañana. Lidia, podemos hablar, pero llámame. Lo pillo, ¿vale? June ha llorado esta mañana porque no estabas. ¿Qué está pasando? No sé qué has estado haciendo, pero no tenemos por qué hablar de ello al llegar a casa si no quieres. Llámame. Se pone interesante la cosa. Maricos. Vamos a ir por la parte de este de enfrente. Esta es para bajar, ¿vale? Ahora bajamos. Y esta parte.
Interesting.
Pedazo de casa, loco. Madre mía.
Have you found anything?
I'm going through the financial records. Moore managed the accounts for a lot of big names in Boston. Here, take a look for yourself.
Anything worth noting?
Honestly, I don't know. It's not my field. We'll have to take it to the financial crimes unit to see what they make of it.
Get in touch if you find something.
All right.
Vale. A ver. Richard, Hilda y Diane. Joder, la casa, tío. Madre mía, la casa, madre mía.
Deeds, stock portfolios. More doesn't just manage the canneries business.
No, vamos a intentar encontrar la llave. Y si no, forzamos a cerrarlo.
Son of a bitch wasn't messing around. Have you seen all that cash?
This is where I met Moore for the first time.
Vamos a leer esta vez. Richard Sento, presidente de la Organización de Planificación Metropolitana de la región de Boston. Renovación y compra del solar. Estimado señor Moore, le escribo para informarle sobre el voto de hoy tras la reunión trimestral del Consejo Municipal, que ha aprobado por una mayoría del 89% su proyecto de renovación y compra. Con esta decisión, la ciudad ratifica el apoyo de su cliente y a los miembros de MPO y MassDOT. Próximamente recibirá el informe final de la ingeniería de MAP y MassDOT, que incluirá las medidas acústicas tomadas en torno a los clubes de su cliente.
Human logic is beyond me. What's the point in doing that?
Sí, en verdad yo tampoco lo... No sé por qué la gente tira cosas. O rompe fotos.
A souvenir from the Hong Kong Stock Exchange.
I'd rather not know how much that's worth.
Tenemos que encontrar una sala segura para cogernos cosillas, tío. Monedas antiguas. Vamos a ver el ordenador en la mesa de escritorio. Le veo varias cosas.
Lydia
Oh,
H.
qué bonita. Qué bueno. Ya de los archivos, bien. Bien, bien, bien. Tenemos llave.
A safe. Now we just have to find code.
Código. Veneno Corporación, ¿dónde estás? No respondiste a mi llamada. Te dejé un mensaje. Te necesitamos esta noche. Ya me dices. Ve. Necesito los informes. Jackson, me están preguntando por unos informes que deberías haber enviado hace una semana. No sé qué está pasando, pero envíalos ya. Bueno, confirmación de reserva. Jet pesado fletado para un viejo Boston, Hong Kong, martes 5 de septiembre a las 5:45. Me falta el código, tío. Los billetazos, ¿no?
Working for us has its advantages.
Dios. ¿Me das? Bueno, no vamos a hacer nada, ¿no? Aquí. Coleccionista de dinerito. Vale, ¿dónde estaba la puerta? ¿Aprieta el botón de quedar? Espérate. Ah, en la caja fuerte, sí. ¿Dónde era la caja fuerte? Ah, aquí. Bueno, entonces, código. A ver, ¿cuántos códigos? ¿A cuántos puntos son? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 y 6. 6 puntos. 6. Creo que aquí apunté algo. No. No he apuntado más nada, ¿no? Solo... Creo que no apunté. Ahí. No. Vale. Y ahora donde podemos encontrar el código de 6 dígitos. Estaba la puerta que... Había una puerta que no sabe. Esta. Aquí. Ah, mira. Ajá. Pues ya tenemos donde llevar a sitios al nene este. Aquí. Voy a comer.
I need to see you there. Okay, sure.
Eso, comerte. Qué rico, ¿eh?
I need to rest.
Tú descansa ahí, no te pongas nervioso. Archivo confidencial de Daya, mira, tenemos otro. Estimada señora, Dayan Siaka es uno de los miembros más activos de su primogenitura. No tiene gran interés en el tema de las fianzas, así que me deja gestionar su pequeña fortuna como me parece. Acude a mí para lavar el dinero que recibe de sus numerosos tropicheos con objetos de ocultismo. Como las cantidades son relativamente insignificantes, nunca ha sido un problema para mí. Tras depender mucho tiempo de la generosidad que usted le brindaba, ya ha amasado suficiente dinero para arreglársela solo, a pesar de sus erráticos hábitos económicos. Por este motivo, le recomiendo que ahorre una cantidad sustancial de dinero, dejando de hacer las contribuciones. Por supuesto, si estas tienen como objetivo garantizar su lealtad, deja a su criterio juzgar si tal recomendación es buena o mala idea. El señor Siaka es lo que consideramos en el negocio alguien fácil de explotar, aunque él se describe a sí mismo como coleccionista. Gasta sin mesura su dinero en cosas que son importantes para él, y le dan totalmente igual los beneficios que puedan derivarse.
Dejan, are you making plans in case things go south? Or are you
También
planning to leave us?
me gustaría atraer su atención al hecho de que hace poco realizó inversiones inmobiliarias cerca de Salem. apartamentos, almacenes, garajes, al mismo tiempo tipo de propiedades y tamaños que la propiedad que actualmente posee en Boston. Es como si tuviera intención de establecer una segunda residencia. Ya tenemos el de Yanciaca, nos faltan 2. Venga, vamos. A ver. Ya tenemos. Me faltan Hilda y Richard. Recuperar los informes. Todo muy intrigante, chicos.
An auction. Acquisition of Lot 87. De Jean Siaka. A trumpet belonging to Don Ellis.
Estaba esto. En el piso no hay nada, ¿no? Es aquí.
Account statements from different banks. Nothing that concerns us.
Officer Baker, can I help you?
Were you the first person to arrive at the scene of the crime?
Yes, sir. My partner and I were the first to get here.
Just tell me about it.
We got the call around 2:20. The caretaker had called because a resident was injured. It took us about 20 minutes to get here. The poor guy was in a panic. He told us he'd seen one of the tenants, Jason Moore, enter the building, and he looked hurt. He was being held up by his 2 bodyguards, and he was bleeding a lot.
Did he see the wound?
Yeah, he said the victim was holding his right hip. So I went upstairs with the caretaker. We saw blood in the elevator and on the landing. I rang the doorbell, but nobody answered, so the caretaker opened the door. I identified myself. There were traces of blood leading down the hall away from the entrance, and just after that, I found the decapitated body.
Did your partner come with you?
No, he stayed in the foyer to secure the entrance to the building.
Did you touch the body?
No. There was nothing I could do to help him, so I secured the scene. I put my gloves on to take his ID out of his jacket pocket so we could identify him. Then I called it in.
Where was the caretaker during that time?
I told him not to come inside, but he followed me. When he saw the corpse, he was really shaken. He wouldn't let go of me.
Then what did you do?
I called for backup. They told me that forensics would get here as soon as they could. They were out at another case. That was their top priority.
After that?
I secured the entrance to the apartment. After that, I searched the ground floor. There was nobody around. But from the looks of things, somebody searched the apartment. When Sergeant Lehane got here, she took care of upstairs. It's a good thing, too, because it took everyone else another 15 minutes to get here. She didn't find anyone there.
So there's no sign of the family then?
Nothing. The place is empty.
That's it?
Oh yeah, the guys in the parking lot said they saw one of Moore's cars leave after he came home. Hey, do you think the wife was in cahoots with one of the bodyguards to get rid of the husband?
I'm listening.
Well, a lot of times in cases like these, it's the spouse who did it. What if the wife was having an affair with one of the bodyguards? She packs up her and her daughter's stuff while her lover lures the husband into a trap somewhere. For some reason, things don't go according to plan. He comes home injured and figures out what's going on. He attacks his wife, and the bodyguard kills him to protect her with whatever he happens to find. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Not bad. Keep digging, Baker.
Brutal el resumen, no vea.
I should put some money on that.
Live stock prices. I had fun for a while, too. At first.
Interesting.
Any news, guys?
We're waiting on CSU for that.
Fine vintages imported from Europe. Moore knew how to treat his guests.
Breathe. You're gonna be okay.
Did you find anything? Nothing, Lieutenant.
A real jungle in the heart of Boston. A truly peaceful oasis. Why were you looking for peace, Jason? I warned you, Jason. God, did I warn you? We destroy all
Fuck, man. Huh. You managed to calm him down. I thought that would be impossible.
Yes, and he was able to answer a few questions. I've just got one more question.
Yes. What do you want to know?
I think we're done here. Thank you. Wet laundry. Mold. It's been here for several days.
Can you take a look at the cards, please?
I'll run the plates.
Hey, mister. You can't go into the parking garage. It's a crime scene.
Agent Smith, FBI.
Oh, hi. Officer Norton. They didn't tell me you were coming down.
Got something?
Wyatt saw Moore leave at 2:25.
Wyatt?
The parking attendant, part security guard, part valet. Anyway, a car that belonged to the victim left in a hurry. Or at least he thought it was Moore, until he found out he got his head cut off. There's skid marks on the ground and signs of a minor accident at the exit. He must have really been in a hurry.
He?
What?
You said he must have been in a hurry. You're saying it was a man?
Oh, no, it just slipped out without thinking. It could have been a woman. Do you think it was the murderer?
We're not sure of anything at this point. I've got a few questions. Where's the witness?
Wyatt? He's in the security booth over there. He's super nice. I don't think you'll need to question him again.
Do we know what kind of car it was?
Yeah, we called it in. It's the victim's sports car. Wyatt said there's only the sedan left.
You mentioned skid marks.
Yeah, they're very distinct. They start from his parking space and go all the way to the exit. They clean this place twice a day, so there's no doubt they're fresh. The driver peeled out of here in a hurry.
And you said there was an accident near the exit.
Yeah, minor one. Broken headlight, paint marks. He must have had a hard time handling it.
Did you find anything else?
No, that's it. Since we're still waiting for forensics, we gotta be careful. But you know how it is, right? Let me know if you have any other questions.
looking.
Jeez, what a mess. Do you know if our backup's on the way? It should take a long time.
A vehicle ran into the wall. I won't stoop that low.
Hello, Mr. Basory.
You must be mistaken. I'm Smith, Agent Smith.
Yeah, sure.
Do I know you?
Everyone knows who you are.
Is it just me, or are you pals with all the cops around here?
Let's just say I'm pretty intuitive. You know what I mean. In the years you've been hunting us, you've acquired a hell of a reputation among our kind. I didn't know you would come. I'm not looking for any trouble. I didn't do anything wrong.
Just who the hell are you?
Me? I'm nobody. The name's Wyatt Alvarez. I was embraced 5 years ago.
A thin blood. I spent years hunting them when Quentin King ruled Boston.
Unfortunately for me, the blood of my sire was already weak. So I can still catch glimpses of the sun, but I don't have actual powers.
Who created you?
His name was Victor, but he died last year.
What are you doing here, then?
I thought it was a pretty cushy gig. It leaves me with a lot of spare time, even while I'm on the job. And it also means I can live at night.
Do the Kindred know you exist?
Yeah. I followed the rules, but the prince told me he never wanted to see me again, so I try not to make waves. I try to help out, here and there. I'm hoping someone will notice one day, and I'll be allowed to become a true Kindred.
That's not very likely, if you ask me. That's not very honorable.
What? But
Stay the way you are.
How can you say that? You're like a god to me.
Quit dreaming. Immortality is a curse. Believe me. You should enjoy the fact that you can still stand the sunlight. Are you involved in what happened up there?
Not at all. I swear. I've got a sweet job here. I'd never risk it.
What can you tell me about Moore?
I saw him a lot. He's the tenant I got to know best because of his working hours. And he was the most generous when it came to maintaining his cars.
Did you see the bodyguards today?
James came by earlier this evening to move Mr. Moore's car, but I haven't seen them since.
Anything in particular about Mrs. Moore?
Yeah, I see her every once in a while. Sometimes I see her with a girl, coming back from vacation. Sure is good they weren't here tonight.
What makes you say that?
Well, Mrs. Moore's car. I haven't seen it in the garage for weeks, and she's the one who took the girl to school. Mr. Moore told me they were on vacation, and he was going to go join them soon.
So what happened?
I've got no clue. My shift started at 10 p.m., as usual. The sixth floor tenant left around 11. At midnight, one of Mr. Moore's bodyguards came down to get the car. They were going to a party, apparently. I didn't see them come back. Then, around 2:20 or so, one of Mr. Moore's cars went flying out of here. It hit the wall near the exit.
Did you see who was behind the wheel?
No, it's got tinted windows. I thought it was Mr. Moore at first. But from what happened upstairs, I doubt it now. Hey, were you the one who...
You really think if it was me who did it, I'd be standing around here trying to figure out what happened? Did you recognize the car?
Yeah, it was his sports car. The only one like it here.
That'll be all for now.
At your service, Mr. Basory.
An old glass bottle taken from the trash.
Did you find anything?
Nothing yet.
Bien, lo hemos encontrado, chicos. Hilda McDrew. Estimada señora, aunque no esté involucrada directamente en el mundo de las finanzas, Hilda McDrew tiene buen olfato para sacar provecho de sus activos. Sabe exactamente lo que quiere y cómo conseguirlo, lo que significa mucho en nuestras interacciones. Su actividad como marchante de arte es de lo más convencional, aunque el alcance de sus transacciones es mayor que con cualquiera de mis otros clientes. La señorita McAndrews ha dejado muy claro que desea diferenciar sus compras personales que conserven su colección privada de las piezas que adquiere solo con inversión. A este respecto, reconozco lo impresionante que es su conocimiento de este campo. En muy rara ocasión pierde con una transacción y se le ocurre y la pérdida se ve inmediatamente compensada por un auténtico golpe de maestro. No deja nada al azar, cosa que resulta tranquilizadora para un gestor de activos, especialmente cuando se manejan cantidades tan altas. El resto de sus transacciones en el día del día reflejan el estilo de vida habitual de una persona de su rango dentro de su protegida organización. El que más... Recientemente, la señorita Andrews incluso contactó con el señor Beryl Underwood para estimular las contribuciones financieras a la fundación. Parecen haber montado una organización que se dedica al tráfico de obras de arte. He juntado todos los documentos necesarios para confirmar esta actividad.
Hell is planned for everything, even our eventual end.
Un asunto en particular requiere su atención. Señorita McAndrews me ha pedido hacer el borrador de una especie de testamento para ella. Me sorprendió su petición, ya que no soy abogado y no tengo experiencia en confeccionar este tipo de documentos. Y dada su objetividad, tenía la impresión de que las herencias no eran algo que lo preocuparan. Sin embargo, esto no es de lo que quería hablarle. Quería que supiera la identidad del beneficiario de la gran parte de las propiedades de señorita McAndrews. Sus pertenencias deben llegarse a un tal Emin Lewis, que es la chica, a quien no tengo el gusto de conocer, pero que aparentemente tiene poca relación con su corte. Me parece que hay riesgo de que numerosos activos queden fuera de su círculo de influencia de la señorita McAndrews muere. Recomiendo vigilar este asunto con el máximo interés. Si le iba a dejar a la tía esta, a Emily Luis, ¿eh? Vale, me falta Richard. Falta el de Richard. Que a ver dónde nos falta una puerta. Creo que por aquí había una puerta. Es que no sé si los coches, detrás de los coches se puede ver algo ahora o qué. Este ya lo abrí, ¿no? Ah, no. Se pueden abrir todos los coches, chicos. Vale.
There's nothing in it.
Un reloj de sangre débil. Vale, vamos a ver los coches entonces, si se pueden abrir todos. ¿O era solo esos dos coches los que tenían llave? Sí, yo creo que eran esos dos coches, nada más.
Jeez, what a mess.
Sí, creo que sí. Está abierto. Que no se puede tampoco, sí. Pues va a ser que... Solo puedo descartar, ¿vale? Vale, bueno, vamos ahora a salir a la salida aquella. Nos falta solo Richard Duham. Que tiene ninguna puerta, ¿no? Entonces por aquí. Vamos a ver. ¿Qué encontramos por aquí?
Can't be forced.
No se puede abrir.
Locked.
Cerrado.
Can't be forced. No. That's impossible. Can't be forced. No. That's impossible. I have to find a way to open it.
Tenemos que descubrir cómo se abre esto. Zona segura, bien, bien, bien.
Even access to the trash is restricted here.
What? No estabas aquí y no he podido acceder a otra vez a los cubos de basura. ¿Tanto te cuesta dejar la puerta abierta? Algunos tenemos cosas que hacer. Pues no hay nada, yo pensé que había algo. Pero no. Pues me falta una. No hay nada. Qué raro. Raro, vale. Qué poder no sé para qué es, la verdad.
Can't be forced.
Es que encontré la forma de abrirlo. nada, no hay nada. ¿Preguntaremos al tío este otra vez? No.
An old glass bottle taken from the trash.
Did you want something else?
¿Qué en el maletero de su coche?
Hey, what kind of cooks have you got in your trunk?
Oh, I see you found my little treats. I haven't got much there. There have been a lot of orders lately. I must still have some of that rust elixir left.
How do you open the dumpsters in the garbage room?
What dumpster?
The dump... Are you toying with me?
No, but the cops already looked. There's nothing there.
Open it.
Mr. Basory, I promise you
Se
won't
viene.
find anything there. And I can't open it anyway. It's for staff only. Why do you want to go through the trash anyway?
I have to comb the place, that's all. That's enough now.
I really can't, sir. But it's not personal. Listen, we're just gonna forget this conversation ever happened. And...
Excuse me? You didn't just try to corrupt my memories, did you?
Oh, no. I'm so sorry, Mr. Basory. I shouldn't have. I know. How can I make it up to you?
You're taking a big risk by messing with someone like me. I'm sure that's not news to you.
Yes, I know, but it doesn't have to come to that. I meant no disrespect. Obviously.
Obviously. So you could open this dumpster for me. Open it now.
Just promise me you won't touch anything. Some of my stuff is in there. Please, don't touch it.
I've already wasted enough time with you.
I can't just open the door for you like that. I really can't.
Really?
You've got to understand. I can't let you see what's inside.
I was really hoping we'd come to an understanding. I'm sorry, Mr. Basory.
What?
¡Capullos! Joder, es que no tenía... Joder. Ay, Dios, no tenía para enfrentarme a él, coño. Ah. Los de Richard, que no sé, ahora no sé cómo buscarlos porque no tengo... Putada, tío.
Damn it. He played me for a fool.
Toma el pelo, a mí también. ¿Cómo podemos hacerlo, tío? Vamos bien.
An old glass bottle.
Pues no podemos abrir aquello, ¿no?
That's
Pues a
impossible.
ver si se lo digo a alguno de estos o... Qué putada. Pensaba que le podíamos ganar, pero no, no hay manera. No hay manera.
Hurry up. Need something, guys.
An auction. Acquisition of lot 87. Dejan Siaka. A trumpet belonging to Don Ellis. Lydia and June at the beach. Lydia was killed. It's not pretty.
Dad? Thank you, thank you, thank you!
Good evening, Jason. I need you tomorrow night at Nakatomi Plaza. We are getting the family together, and I would like to tell them about our agricultural and food business plan. Round up the numbers and bring them with you. Obviously, this invitation cannot be refused. B. Jason, my cousins didn't show up after all. Stay home if you haven't left, or meet me at Hazel's house if you want. Call me back and tell me where you are.
Bueno, a ver. Me falta el Richard este, pero no creo que lo pueda hacer, tío. Me voy a tener que ir porque no encuentro a los de Richard. Así que me voy a ir porque no hay manera. El código de ahí del cuadro tampoco sé. Nos vamos a ir, no pasa nada. Nos falta uno, pero es lo que pasa. Marcharse y terminar la investigación, quedarse y continuar la investigación. Marcharse. Vamos.
I've got what I need. Let's go back to the prince.
Pues ahí hemos acabado. Galeb Basory. Resumen, apartamento de Moore. Se ha perdido el contacto con la persona que dio la alerta. Galeb debe ir a la casa de Jason Moore para descubrir qué ha ocurrido y traer a Moore de vuelta con la príncipe. Éxito, has traído los 4 informes que había pedido la príncipe, has recuperado la declaración de conserje, has desbloqueado el móvil de Jason Moore, objetos sospechosos retirados y bonificación de resonancia. Alternativa, podrías haber encontrado un gol en el cuerpo de policía, podrías haber encontrado una habitación secreta en el apartamento, que no la vi. Y dice, no has traído todos los informes que había pedido el príncipe porque me falta uno, has perdido la confrontación con White y objetos sospechosos no encontrados. No, me ha faltado uno, vale. Pues nada, chicos, está bien, está bien. Es lo que hay. Si no encontramos nada, dice, tras informar de la situación, Emen, Luis y Gale vuelven a ofrecer un servicio al príncipe. Ahora creo que están los 3 juntos. A ver lo que pasa y seguiremos en el próximo vídeo, ¿vale? Vamos a ver esto. Pues a ver, a ver. Tenemos puntos. Lo que quiero saber si aquí podemos... Eso. Es que esto es lo que no entiendo. Ah, mira, sí lo podemos hacer, mierda. Vale. Por aquí, esto, sentir lo invisible. Lo posible nos come cosillas, ¿no? Y aquí tampoco no. Vale, pues... A ver aquí. $30. Aquí no podemos ya. Que nos sube esto. Voy a ponernos... Pues de fuerza de seguridad, abrir cajas fuertes mecánicas. Tecnología. 20, aquí no. No nos dejan más, tío. A ver, ¿dónde está? Coño, no me deja pasar esto. Vale, no. Pues nada, aplicamos esto. Y seguimos. A ver dónde nos lleva. Con la príncipe.
So the prince wasn't too disappointed?
She didn't express her gratitude at any rate.
With you, she must not be used to failure. The others were pretty surprised, in fact.
Were they?
Some of them think you're not as motivated as you used to be. They think you're tired. They're wrong, aren't they?
Vale, chicos, pues lo vamos a dejar por aquí porque este será en el próximo capítulo, ¿vale? Espero que les haya gustado. Dejad like, suscribiros y cualquier comentario siempre es bienvenido a este canal. Gracias y nos vemos. Chao.